Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Kay back with another video today, and welcome back to Tractivist TV. So today we're going to be talking about Saweetie. If you guys don't know, recently Saweetie released her EP, her fifth or her sixth EP, and I'm honestly going to say the entire thing was mediocre. I only like really 2 songs on the entire thing out of the 6 songs that she had. So that means the other 4 songs were not very memorable, no pun intended. So I don't really remember what those songs even sound like. But I can definitely tell you that there are 2 songs on there that I like, which is Handle My Truth and Don't Say Nothing. I like both of those, okay? Those are kind of catchy. They really are. The one thing I really didn't really care for is the fact that this is her 5th or 6th EP, and the fact that you have another EP is really crazy to me. Why do you have an EP out? You should have an album by now. Okay, you're starting to become like a Cardi B. Okay, like, girl, where's the album? Like, for real, you've been in the game long enough to where you should have an album at least being made or getting ready. Okay, you really got on in like 2018, 2019. You should have had an album out, but you didn't. Okay, you don't have no album out, and that's funny because Lotto's in her second. Okay, Lotto's already in her second album, and y'all two started getting hot like for real around the same time. I'm not comparing Saweetie and Lotto because honestly, lyrically, you can't compare. I feel like Saweetie shouldn't be doing music. I really don't. The whole EP was just mediocre. I wonder if Saweetie writes her music, because if she doesn't, she needs to find a new fucking writer. The bars are not hitting, they're missing. Did you just put this out just to have something out? That's what I'm thinking, you know? I feel like Saweetie is more of a businesswoman more than anything. Saweetie wants to do music, but she doesn't have the support behind her to do music. I feel like the women who listen to Saweetie are the women whose personality revolves around being pretty. If you get what I'm saying, like they have no actual personality. Like when you talk to these bitches, they're airheads, they're bird brain. I feel like Saweetie makes music for pretty girls with no personality. If you listen to most of Saweetie's songs, your head is just gonna burst. All right, because she talks about the same thing in every single song. Every single song, I'm gonna put this kitty cat in his mouth. And I'm like, girl, do you have anything else to talk about? She comes off as the person who tries to be cool, but everybody else around them know they not like really sturdy like that. But they just hype them anyways because it's funny to watch them try to be something that they not. And I feel like that's what it is with Saweetie. I feel like a lot of the women in the industry, as in like the rap industry, support Saweetie because she's just that person who doesn't see that people are laughing at her and not with her. When she releases something, she's thinking that people are supporting her, when in reality, we're saying that she needs to stop doing music. In reality, we're saying this shit is trash. You know, in reality, we're laughing at her, not with her. Now, on this EP, she supposedly addressed Quavo, then supposedly addressed Lil Baby's situation too. Okay, and all I'm gonna say is, well, I'll go ahead and say what they said. Okay, the song "Don't Say Nothing." It seems like she's taking a shot at both Quavo and Lil Baby. She raps. Why N-words always speaking on who I'm effing on? He must have got excited when I FaceTime with nothing on. Them same lips that's yapping be the ones I nutted on. 100K, please. Know how much paper I be touching on? That's light. Better check my net worth. Post a picture in his sweatshirt. I bet have my ex hurt. That's what I get for kissing on these frogs. He got mad and told my business to the blogs. So we already know that this was definitely about Lil Baby and Quavo. So she's addressing the Quavo situation, I guess, about them two breaking up, and touching on the situation about Lil Baby spending 100K on Saweetie. I really feel like Saweetie is a clout chaser. I feel like the men shouldn't have brought her up to begin with, but I also feel like Saweetie is using this moment to capitalize. I think the diss towards Quavo should have been a little held on to before she decided to put out the EP, because it's kind of early still, considering the fact that Takeoff just passed away. I don't think this is really the time. But, at the end of the day, I hate to say it, but that had nothing to do with Sweetie. Sweetie's going to do what she wants to do. Now, as far as the little baby is concerned, I really feel like they did have something going on, but I think that Sweetie just doesn't want to admit that. The blogs didn't get that information from nowhere. As far as the song goes, it was a very catchy song. Like I said, it's literally fair game because they brought her up first. Okay, nobody literally mentioned Sweetie at all until they started mentioning her. Now, one thing I can touch on and one thing I want to point out is that nobody addressed the Offset situation. Now, unless it's just not true, okay. So there's no need to address something as far-fetched as that. But at the same time, I feel like if you're going to clear your name all the way. Address everything. I feel like Quavo didn't address the Offset situation. That's if there was a situation. They're all trying to speak on the situation, but they're not trying to spill the actual beans about it. And unfortunately, we may never know what actually happened between Quavo and Sweetie and Lil Baby and Sweetie and maybe even Offset and Sweetie. But I really think that Offset and Sweetie one is that I think it's a reach because I really don't see Offset cheating with somebody that close to Cardi B. I mean, they're not close, but we've already acknowledged that Cardi and Offset have had infidelity in their marriage. I just don't see that happening, being in the same circle and shit. I just don't see that. As far as Sweetie goes, I don't think she's messy. I think that she's a businesswoman and she acts on her chances to capitalize. I feel like the things that Sweetie does is literally just for the money. Like, Sweetie's not a rapper. She shouldn't be a rapper. I feel like that's just one of the hobbies that she's doing right now because she's bored. And I'm not saying bored as in she don't got nothing going on. I mean bored as in that's just a hobby. But I think that Sweetie did try when it came to those two songs, but the other songs, it seemed like she just pulled straight from her ass. I'm not even gonna lie. The results to Sweetie's EP had came in, and I am so sad to report, but Sweetie's EP is on the way to sell 2K in its first week. This is via Spiritual World, and let me just say that is so sad. I don't even know what to say. The comments are just so ignorant. One commenter saying this, it's number 1 on the Cardboard Hot 100. Another user saying this, sold paper plate just in time for Thanksgiving. Another user saying this, that's what they meant by light skin privilege. Sis should just model and rap for fun. But let me just say, I don't think it's any of this. The reason why I think Sweetie sold 2K in her first week is because, number 1, bad timing. You could have found any other time, okay, to drop your EP. Not to mention that you did a surprise drop. Like, somebody be checking for you that much to know that you dropped your EP. Or be like, oh my God, Sweetie dropped her EP. This is such a surprise. You're not Nicki. A surprise drop for you does not work. Okay, you're not even Cardi B. I gotta give credit where it's due. Okay, if Cardi B did a surprise drop, she would do way better than 2K. Period. And I also think it's the lack of promotion. If you guys notice, the EP was never really promoted that much. I think that was out of respect for Takeoff passing away the previous week because, she also is addressing a situation when it comes to the Migos. She is addressing that situation. This was bad timing, lack of promotion. Now, Hitmaker recently went on Instagram to express his thoughts on this. And he says this, Sweetie selling 2K is bad A&R vibes. Someone's supposed to tell you this isn't it. I also have an issue with her having multiple platinum singles and not sticking with the same formula that got her here. Someone's got to get fired. He continues to say, that's why I can't stand analytics. People couldn't wait to not have to stand on gut feelings and goosebumps. If it's trending, you sign them. If it doesn't work, it takes away being accountable for what you sign. Now you can lean on, oh, the numbers said, man, F all that. I encourage everyone in the office to really bet on who they sign. This is what I mean. If your artist doesn't win, are you prepared to lose with them? Like, lose your job? If we all lived by these rules, the care would be through the roof. A lot of fluff acts wouldn't be here. But there was a reply under Hitmaker's tweet. And the person said this: remember that all of those singles had bigger feature artists and very memorable samples used, which is very true. Saweetie with no features and an original beat is not doing more than 20K first week with the best promotion available. So there's 3 factors that pretty much, actually it's 4, because no, she didn't have any features either. I feel like the fact that Saweetie had no features and only original beats, which was 2 of them wasn't original, but you wouldn't know, because yeah, I think it has to do with her not having any features and the lack of promotion and the timing. If she would have released this in the summer, it probably would have been better. And another thing that boggles me is that Saweetie, she has 13 million followers on Instagram and can't even sell more than 3K. But this is what I mean by your social media hype does not equal album sales, mixtape sales, EP sales, no matter what you're trying to sell. And that's where a lot of these people get it twisted at. You know, a lot of people, they be like, oh, I got this many followers on Instagram, I got this many followers on TikTok, and da da da. That doesn't necessarily mean anything if you're not necessarily talented. And I feel like a lot of people don't tell Saweetie she's not talented. Like I said, I feel like if Saweetie promoted it a little bit more, maybe it could have did a little better. But I mean, 2 or 3 posts about it is nothing. Her career needs to be hung up. She might have another EP coming, because I guess we're not going to get an album. And can I add something on about Pretty Privilege? How it can get you so much further than just being average in the industry. That's why I feel like a lot of people are scared to tell Saweetie that she doesn't have talent, because she's pretty. But I feel like that's the reason why people even pay attention to Saweetie. That's the reason why nobody wants to tell her the truth. That's the reason why Saweetie even has a career right now. Besides the men that she dates and how passed around she is, that's why people are scared to tell her she don't got no talent, because she's pretty. Pretty Privilege is a son of a bitch when it comes to this industry, only because it has nothing to do with your talent. You could be the most untalented, unseasoned mother effer in the industry, but people will still be like, oh yeah, we're going to support because she's pretty. So with all of this going on with Saweetie, there was actually a small Twitter feud between Saweetie and DJ Vlad. I guess DJ Vlad feels some type of way that Saweetie didn't come on his show. DJ Vlad says this on Twitter: if Saweetie did a Vlad TV interview, she would have easily done 10 times her first week sales, which was 2,000 copies. We actually reached out through one of our people and we were told she wouldn't do Vlad. Her law. Saweetie replies, actually, I've been a big fan and I have screen recorded my favorite episodes. Here's one of them, dates on the top. So if anyone reached out, it wasn't to me or my team. DJ Vlad, happy Thanksgiving. Vlad comes back to reply, thank you for the kind words, but actually, it is your team. Your publicist at Warner Bros. Is the one who blocked the interview. Same publicist who set up the interview with Shirley Jew. This is what happens when you have bad people in your corner making decisions on your behalf. DJ Vlad drops the receipts that he's talking about Saweetie's publicist, and the message says her publicist doesn't like Vlad. She told me she wouldn't ever have her artist do it. I'm sorry. So this is how I feel about that, right? Because we've all seen that Saweetie's sales did 2K first week, and we all see that this is just a mess. But I feel like don't start talking about, oh, if she came on my show, I would have helped her, blah, blah, blah. Boosie goes on your show all the time, and he barely has a career. Why would Saweetie put her career in your hands? The thing that I'm not understanding about Vlad, though, is that why are you attacking Saweetie when it was her team that made the decision? Like, that makes no sense. Why make a tweet about her selling 2K first week and that if she came on your show, it would have been better? I think you inviting her on your show would have been way more effective through that tweet. First of all, you're a culture vulture. Let's start there. These black folks do not have to come on your show to validate anything. But through all of this, Saweetie comes back to reply to the rumors of her selling 2K. They're not rumors, they're facts. First week sales, and she says this: hate parade. I must be that bitch. I make music for pretty bitches. If you can't relate, I understand. Saweetie, I have a genuine question, baby. Why does this tweet have way more likes than your sales? But this is what I mean. Okay, you're hype on social media and your love on social media will not equal support. I think you need to start reevaluating a lot of your fans. Are they really fans, or are you more an influencer? I think Saweetie is an influencer. I don't feel like she's a musician. I don't feel like she should be crossing over into music. I feel like she's a good influencer. And honestly, babe, I didn't know there was only 2,000 pretty people in the world. I really didn't. Last time I checked, there was a bunch of pretty people. I just think nobody's checking for you. And it's okay to admit that nobody's checking for you. Honestly, I think Saweetie is embarrassed and humiliated, especially being pretty. Everybody holds you on this such high pedestal, and sometimes not. Some people really be trying to play with a lot of pretty people in their face, like be thinking they stupid and stuff. But sometimes when it comes to pretty people, they are held to different standards than like the average looking person. A pretty person should be able to go above and beyond, right? Okay. So why isn't she? No one's checking for her. That's what's up. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications right next to the subscribe button so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.